That is enough said.
Happy Sunday, Heat Nation. Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Before we get started, please take a moment, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Thank y'all so much that take the time to support this channel. Now, I'm ready to rock and roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure, you guys. And I got a really nice one for you today because we're going to take a little bit and go away from the whole Spider Donovan Mitchell watch. For those of you that haven't seen it, I did post an updated video yesterday about Donovan Mitchell and DeJounte Murray. So take a moment and watch that video. But today, we're talking about our boy Jimmy Butler, a.k.a. Himmy. Now, as we all know, there's been no updated rumors about Jimmy Butler with the Miami Heat ever since the press conference with Pat Riley, where Pat Riley basically told the media that Jimmy Butler should keep his mouth shut if he's going to talk about teams like Boston and New York, who are still currently in the playoffs at that time when he wasn't. We know Jimmy Butler loves to be a troll, especially in the offseason. Didn't really please Pat Riley that much. So there was a lot of friction going on in the media. There was a lot of people speculating about possible trades, about, you know, is Jimmy Butler going to sign this contract extension? Is Miami going to offer the contract extension? Now, that's still up in the air. You know, it's still up in the air. As of July 1st, Jimmy Butler is eligible for a contract extension. It'll basically add one more year to his contract at the max. So you're looking to possibly pay a guy who's going to be 36 and 37 years old over $50 million each season. A lot of people will see that as crazy. You know, this was the whole situation last year when we were talking about trading for Damian Lillard. Would we trade for Damian Lillard knowing that he has so much money left on his contract, being 35, 36? A lot of us felt, yeah, go for it. But some of us felt, no, it would put yourself in hell, in financial hell. So that's truly the question that we need to ask ourselves. Are we okay with giving a guy who's 35 years old a maximum contract extension when he gives you limited availability during the season? He doesn't play a full 82 games. He averages about 55 to 65 games. But half of those games that he plays, a lot of people feel like he coasts. He doesn't really give it his all. He allows people to do their thing and he just stands in the corner and just chills. That's not something you want for your maximum player. Now, it was reported earlier today at the Philadelphia Inquirer, and I'm going to pull this up so I can read this to you guys word by word. But Philly's going all in, you guys. The Philadelphia 76ers have set them up amazingly. They set themselves up greatly. Going into the 2024 offseason, they have about $65 million in their books. They have the flexibility to offer a player a maximum contract. And they're also able to fill other roster spots as well. Now, you know Philadelphia is going to give Tyrese Maxey the maximum contract. That's an obvious right there. But they can sign another maximum player, then go over the salary cap to bring back Tyrese Maxey. So they have the flexibility of bringing in a guy who's making a ridiculous amount of money. And I'm going to read this quote to you today by the Philadelphia Inquirer. The 76ers do have their eyes on other lucrative salary impact players, just in case they don't get Paul George. Because as we know, Philadelphia is trying to get Paul George in free agency. That's why they are also looking at potential free agents, like the Los Angeles Lakers' LeBron James, the New York Knicks forward OG Anunoby. If not in free agency, the 76ers believe they can use their draft assets and available cap space to acquire a difference maker via trade. That has led to Miami Heat's forward Jimmy Butler, Chicago Bulls guard Zach LaVine, New Orleans Pelicans forward Brandon Ingram. So, end quote. So basically, you guys, this is something that we've been hearing about for a while. Jimmy Butler used to play with the Philadelphia 76ers for one season. He was traded there by Minnesota. He formed a great relationship with Joel Embiid. They went far in the 2019 playoffs. Had Kawhi Leonard not hit that miracle shot, we probably wouldn't have Jimmy Butler in the Miami Heat. He probably would have stayed in Philadelphia. Jimmy Butler has also said multiple times in the past that he would love to play with Joel Embiid. He has said multiple times that he wanted to stay in Philadelphia and play with Joel Embiid. They just messed up. Philly messed up. They chose Tobias Harris over him. Tobias Harris over me? Y'all remember that? But Philadelphia went with Tobias Harris because they were feeling that they couldn't control Jimmy Butler. He said it in an interview with JJ Redick that he heard from Philadelphia personnel that they were talking, hey, if you can control Jimmy, we'd love to bring him back. And Jimmy went, nah, that's cool. No one can control me. I'm out. So that's why he came to Miami. And it's like I mentioned earlier, Miami and Jimmy Butler is a match made in heaven. It fits like a glove. The personalities match well. However, this has been the 5th year of the Jimmy Butler build with the Miami Heat. And after 2 NBA Finals runs, 3 Eastern Conference Finals runs, and 5 playoff trips, we can say that this era was a success. Because let's be honest, you guys, when Jimmy Butler was originally traded to Miami, nobody expected this. Unless you got another star next to Jimmy. But he was able to elevate people around him, like Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, to name a few. So Jimmy Butler is credited for that stuff. Now, Philadelphia can go all in for Jimmy Butler. And it makes sense because I've heard guys like Big O, Ethan Spolnick, a lot of people in the past saying, who's going to trade for Jimmy Butler with the contract he makes? Philadelphia will. Philadelphia's in desperate mode. Joel Embiid is no longer 26 years old. He's scratching his 30s. He's getting injured more. A guy his size in his 30s, it's not going to last long. You need to strike now. You need to win now. I can see that Philadelphia is ready to go all in for the 2025 season. You give Tyrese Maxey his maximum contract so you can build with him for the presence in the future, get what you can out of Joel Embiid, and trade for a 3rd star who can help you win. And I feel that I feel that the Philadelphia 76ers look at a guy like Jimmy Butler on their team with Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid will allow Jimmy Butler to play his game. He doesn't have to go crazy like he does in a Miami Heat uniform. That's why this trade for Philadelphia makes sense. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, no. I would not make this trade. The only way I would trade Jimmy Butler to the Philadelphia 76ers is if the package included either Joel Embiid or Tyrese Maxey. I would be so willing to do that trade because if you trade for Joel Embiid with Bam Adebayo and Joel Embiid in the front court, it's over. But if you trade for Tyrese Maxey for Jimmy Butler, if you're able to make a package, because remember, Miami is a first apron team, but Philadelphia is way under the salary cap. They have so many players whose contracts are expiring. So they're basically going to have like over $70 million in the books. They're going to have so much flexibility to bring in big salary contracts. So you can make a trade with Philadelphia when you're a first apron team like that. But I know Philadelphia's not going to do that. They're trying to win a championship. Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid are their guys. So if the Miami Heat are trading Jimmy Butler to the Philadelphia 76ers, it's because you are getting a plethora of first-round draft picks. It probably may have to involve a sign-and trade with other players as well. But besides Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, I literally have no interest in any of the players that they have. Only their draft picks. But guys, the Miami Heat right now is not in a position to blow it up. I'll be honest. If Jimmy Butler was 37 years old, if we feel like that, like if this was 2 years from now and we still haven't won a championship, you can kind of feel like, okay, this team has maybe ran its course. Let's trade Jimmy to Philadelphia and let's go ahead and take all those draft picks. But nobody's trading for a 37-year-old Jimmy Butler. So this is fantasy world that I'm talking about. Right now, in the present time that we live in, a 34-year-old Jimmy Butler who turns 35 next year, if he can commit, if he can give you 65 to 70 games in the regular season, ball out, commit, go hard in the playoffs, and if this team has an injury-free season, which we haven't had, But if we can finally get it, if the 6th year can be the charm, if we can finally get a fully healthy roster going into the playoffs, I fully believe, you guys, in my heart, that with this roster, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier leading the way, with Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Duncan Robinson, hopefully you can bring back Haywood Highsmith, bring back Kevin Love, use your 15th pick to get a big man to play next to Bam, a big man that can give you some size presence, a Kyle Filipowski, a Kel'el Ware, or a Zach Edey. Use your 5.2 taxpayer mid-level exception to bring in a player that can help you. You may have to use it for Haywood Highsmith, or you can go over the salary cap to bring back Haywood Highsmith if Caleb Martin leaves. You're able to do that now and stay under the second apron. Then you can use your mid-level exception to bring in another player. Guys, Miami's going to have so much flexibility this offseason. And then you also have the fact that Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez, we're going to have multiple first-round draft picks. We have so many trade assets, which is crazy because last year when the Heat were trying to go all in for Damian Lillard, people were saying the Heat have no assets. I'm sure Joe Cronin is probably overthinking the fact that he could have had Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and Nikola Jovic, plus multiple first-round draft picks. I'm sure he's kicking himself in the ass for that one. Time will tell. Anyways, so what I'm trying to say, you guys, is if Philadelphia offers a trade for Jimmy Butler that doesn't involve Tyrese Maxey or Joel Embiid, I'm hanging up the phone. Because I still feel that Jimmy Butler still has a lot to provide. Because I know that 34 going on to 35 for a person that takes care of themselves, keeps themselves in tip-top shape like Jimmy Butler is, I know he can still do some damage. I'm confident in that. I believe in that. Now I want to hear from you, Heat fans. What do you guys think? If Philadelphia offers Miami a trade that involves multiple first-round draft picks, but it's not with Tyrese Maxey or Joel Embiid, would you guys do that trade? Do you think it's time to possibly blow it up? Or do you think like me? Hell no. This Miami Heat team still has a lot to offer. We can still possibly trade for an all-star with now all of the assets we apparently have, which everyone last year said we didn't have. But now, what did I tell y'all throughout the year? People are going to jump on the bandwagon this offseason and say, hey, Duncan Robinson, Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Tyler Hero, these are assets. Yeah, because Heat fans have been knowing this for a while. So I want to hear from you, Heat fans. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. I got something special for y'all when we get the 4,000 subscribers. Really appreciate y'all's support and have a great day. That's enough said. Stay positive, Heat fans.